How do you see racism in every other industry, every
Not
other
here.
facet of American
Not
life?
here.
Nope. Not in the industry that profits, $2 billion industry that kills people. They're not racist. It is so insane. So that's why I'll call them out. We call them out through the Ratings Foundation, and a lot of pro-life organizations are calling that out. But this whole nonsense that somehow it's racist to not want to fund the death of the most marginalized human beings, give me a break.
We're going to talk about abortion and racism. I think this is an incredibly difficult subject for a lot of people to talk about, especially if you're like me and white. It kind of can get intimidating. I've had a lot of pro-life activists over the years say, I know all this terrible stuff about Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood, but I can't talk about that, right? But no, that's wrong. Like, we need to be talking about it, and especially right now when there's like this incredible moment where we're having a very important conversation about race in our country. We really need to be bringing into light the fact that every single day Planned Parenthood is killing 360 Black children.
Who call that? But the thing that's so frustrating is that they'll call out the racism of their present CEO, they'll call out the racism of their founder, but they don't see the inherent racism in the hugely disproportionate number of Black babies being killed. In New York, for every 1,000 Black babies born, 1,033 are aborted. That's the last report from the New York City Department of Health. They don't see what is so obvious. I mean, Planned Parenthood literally kills more Black lives in 2 weeks than the KKK did in an entire century.
Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger, was a eugenicist. She proudly proclaimed it. The woman spoke at a female KKK, a women's KKK rally. And I mean, her quotes are shocking. Like, Pivot of Civilization, her book, 1922, we are paying for and even submitting to the dictates of an ever-increasing, unceasingly spawning class of human beings who never should have been born at all. I mean,
I'm included in that. I think that, especially in the times that we're in right now, where racism is everything, it's seen in everything, even though I disagree with that whole mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, the pro-life movement, I think, at sometimes shies away from talking about the history of eugenic racism. But it's like the other side exploits it like crazy, and I think we just don't take advantage sometimes of historical moments when we can just say, look, we've been fighting this racism, we've been fighting this vile pseudoscience for decades, and I don't think we highlight that enough, but we know it. We know this history, and we know that Planned Parenthood can never separate itself from its DNA. They can take off Margaret Sanger's name from every center that they have across the United States, but changing your name doesn't change your DNA. They are still rooted in vile racism, they're rooted in elitism, they're rooted in an anti-human ideology where they get to decide which human beings are worthy of life and which ones aren't.